And I was just trying to teach him something. And I said, I just want to, he's very proud. I'm proud that he had a degree. And I think he's like 45 now. He still got school loans. But at the end of the day, I took his degree home. And he allowed me to do that. This thing was like so precious to him, right? He took his degree. He gave me the degree. He said I could take it home with me. And I took it home probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And I went to Kinko's. I went to Kinko's because Kinko's can replicate a degree. They can give you the sticker and the seal and everything, right? And I replicated the degree. Now, later on, he told me it was disrespectful. I was just trying to show him something. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, right? I took his degree, and I replicated and I duplicated it, and I took the degree up to a place called Michael's. At Michael's, you have big, pretty picture frames, right? And I got this big, pretty picture frame, and I had a PhD, and it said Marty Wynn. It said Howard University, and I had a sticker on it. And when he came to my home, I said, man, I have a surprise for you. And he said, what is that? I said, all the time, you inspired me so much all the time that you was in school, I was in school. And I want you to look on my wall, and there was the degree. He was shocked. He was like, what you do? We played again. I played again for about at least 30 or 40 minutes. But when it was all said and done, he ended up getting upset. And he was upset because I duplicated his degree. Now, why did I do that? I wanted him to understand that the world's perception on how we become successful is not the world's perception. It's the neighborhood's perception, right? It's our perception as people. You got a degree, that means you're smart, right? I have a diploma. I don't even know where it is. But I'm pretty smart. Does that make sense? I know the power of relationships. I know the power of locking arms with people. You guests can be here tonight. Some of you business partners can be here tonight. And you may say, I don't know nothing about this. Lock arms with me. I can teach you how to get some money. A lot of people tell me it's not about money, Marty. This is way up there with this thing called oxygen. You can't breathe without it. People die because of it. When you can't pay your bills, your heart rate go up. Your blood pressure go up. So you can't tell me this ain't about money. Yes, it's about health. And I'm going to do this health thing. But I'm going to get the money too. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. So we're here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, just to share something with you. And if it makes sense for you, get involved. You know how many people come to me and talk about why you always talk about money? They ain't nothing else to talk about. Can I be authentic in the room with y'all?
That's right.
Listen, my wife loves health. She's a whale. She want to save the world, but the world ain't paying BG&E. Does that make sense? I have a mortgage payment. I have car notes. I have bad kids. Y'all, it making sense? So all I'm telling you guys, you got to be open. Be open to what we're sharing with you guys, and if it makes sense, get involved. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. So we're going to talk about the investment. You heard me say investment, yes? This is an investment. Listen, you didn't come here tonight to spend money. So many people tell me, oh, that's one of them things, they don't want us to spend money afterwards. Listen, if you don't have $999 respectfully at your disposal, then what you're doing ain't working. You have to do something different. Does that make sense? None of us in this room should have to struggle in the United States of America. Some of you guys watched my Periscope yesterday, this morning. I had to make a U-turn, and I went back and gave homeless people $20. If some of you guys watched that Periscope. That wasn't something I did for Periscope. I do it all the time. Because there's nowhere in the world in America where we should be pretty much broke. There's no way. So when I got involved in this deal, they say you can come in at 3 levels. I personally picked $9.99. Why? Because I'm going to get all the product line, I'm going to sample it, and I'm going to share it, and then I'm going to consume it. Does that make sense? I'm going to consume the product. If you guys look, I was 186 30 days ago. I'm 174. I feel like I can't fight nobody right now. I feel like I need a bodyguard. I feel my clothes are big. There's some things are happening, and it's because of the vitamins. You follow me? I told Terrell in the back of me, I took my shirt off, and I ain't seen my six-pack since I was in the 8th grade. Right? I'm in love with the vitamin at this point, right? It's making me eat better and everything. So I got in here at $9.99. Why? Let me tell you what. I was always the crash dummy with 8 years in network marketing. The first thing I said to myself is this. If I come in at $9.99 and they pay me $300, game over. Does that make sense? You mean to tell me I'm going to come in at $9.99, I can sign my brother up at $9.99, you're going to pay me $300 for signing him up? Game over. So when that happened, guys, understand, you can see your money in real time. This happens right away. I got jacked out my mind, and I called 5 more people. Why? Because it's simple math. That was called $1,500. And $1,500 showed up. So I signed up 4 more people. Next thing you know, this thing is growing. Then my wife said, listen, you got to help people. Because reality in that market, you help a lot of people get what they want, by default, you get what you want. Right? So my money went down, my residuals went up. And that's what we're all looking for here. We're looking for residual income. How many guys got a job? How many guys understand they've gotten rid of pensions? How many guys understand Social Security will not take care of you? Your 401k will not take care of you. I don't care what mama and daddy said when they said pay off your house is the biggest asset. You got a residual real estate tax, property tax. It's going to come every 30 days. Does that make sense? New retirement age is like 72, 80 years old. That's the new retirement age. Let me tell you what I tell people, guys, when I do training seminar. I tell people, I say, if you had your job for 30 years, you selfish. That job don't belong to you no more. That's supposed to went to somebody else. You done got complacent for 30 years on a job. That's why ain't no jobs. You 16/10, whatever it is. That's 5 jobs for somebody. Am I making sense? We were born in abundance to live a greater life, to help a lot of people. But we get complacent. So this is an investment, ladies and gentlemen. You mean to tell me I can take $9.99, I can sign somebody into the deal, they will get involved in a multi-million-dollar company, lock arms with billionaires. When the last time you had a conversation with a billionaire? One just called me probably about an hour ago. That ain't never happened in my life. It was just a casual conversation. The beautiful thing about billionaires, they just want to teach you how to make billions. 100,000, that's a whole different conversation. So when I got involved, guys, you can come in at any level you choose. But this is about getting a return on your investment. In business, it takes 3 to 5 years to break even in business. The first year, you may go out of business. I got a return on my investment in 7 days. They pay out. Listen, the money comes out. It show up on your check. Let's say it was $1,500 on your check. Sunday night, Eastern Standard Time, 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, that's actually Monday. It's like Sunday still for me, right? But that check gonna go to zero because that $1,500 has been approved now to go to your bank account. It's gonna hit anywhere between Wednesday and Friday. A week later. Now think about this. Some of you guys got direct deposit, don't you? Yeah. And it goes into your account. And they give you 1/8% on your money as long as you leave it there for 12 months. And it will take you 15 years to make $1,500. It would take you 15 years to even match your money. It's just a different way of living. Does that make sense? Okay? So you can come in at any of these levels, levels 2 and levels 3, pay the people above you. That's the leverage. Guys, listen, everything in life is about leverage, especially when it comes to finances. I mean, so many people to tell me, I don't want to make money off of other people, but yet they go to work every day and let the boss make money off of them. But because we're so caught up, we locked up. Guys, understand this. If you go to work every single day, 9 to 5, 8 to faint, right? And you come home, there's nothing different between you and somebody being actually incarcerated. The difference is you just get to come home. They tell you when to go to lunch, you're not even hungry. They give you sick leave and you ain't even sick. Vacation, you should be vacationing every day. But you got to do something different to make that happen. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide speaks about residual income. I'm big on this, guys. All my life, I've been speaking about residual income. Back in the day, I didn't know it was called residual income. I just needed something. I just needed $5,000 a month. I was about 12, right? I needed about $5,000 a month. Real true story. If I give me $5,000 a month, man, I'm going to be rich. I ain't got no bills, right? I live in my mom's basement. I'm going to be good, right? Actually, I'm still living upstairs, not in the basement yet, right? I moved to the basement because it was like an apartment. Right? You can go out the back door. But the residual income is about doing something one time and getting paid over and over and over and over again. The issue is that we're waiting too long to get to that type of success. We're waiting 20, 30 years. Residual income. It's a 10-level company. Guys, there's $15 different ways to get paid in this comp plan, but it's 4 categories. Everybody got that? 15 different ways. We got dynamic compression. That just means the money compresses up to the top. We explain that later in the training. But when you look at this, when we first got involved, I've been in this business now, Mark, what, 43 days? Something like that, right? 43 days. So it's safe to say we're new, yes? Yes. Okay? We're super excited. And let me tell you why I get excited. I get excited, one, because I know the health industry is where it is. I mean, that's just, you can't stop it. It's just going to be what it's going to be. We need to get healthier, right? 2, I understand, especially in our community, we need an opportunity. We need something different. We need to lock arms with people that really want us to succeed. We need to divorce the old friends. That don't mean they can't be your friends. All my buddies still my buddy. I just talk to them on Sunday, right? I'm serious. Because I got to protect the way that I think Monday through Saturday, right? Because they jacked up, right? On this residual comp plan, guys, it pays 10 levels down, which means all you're doing is breaking leadership. The more leadership you break, the more you praise progress, guess what's going to happen? The more your team's going to grow. If you have a big old team, your check's a big old check. Does that make sense? It's a 10-level comp plan. So there's no breakaways in this comp plan. It's nothing like when you actually promote someone and they hit your position, your money gets cut off. In this company, you want them to hit your position. Matter of fact, you want them to exceed you. Because when that happens, success happens. And a powerful thing about success, when you go out to eat or whether you travel, anybody can get the bill. We're not looking at 20 people around the table, we all splitting up. You got a pie, I got a cake, you got a juice, I got more. We ain't got to do that no more. How many of you guys understand what I'm talking about? Right? Yeah, I only ate $14 worth. Right? when you become successful, you say, give me the receipt because I need to write off. Does that make sense? I take that, I need that. You follow me? So this is a 10-level comp plan, guys. Now this is one thing about my brother, let me tell you one thing about my brother. When he make the slide happen, that mean hurry up. Right? And he know better because I just stay here all night long. Right? This is the residual match. Let me tell you why I trip out off this residual match, guys. The powerful thing about this is that when individuals actually start a regional direction, when individuals have a residual, you actually match the residual by 20%. Let me explain that. Let's say this was 7 people that I signed up. These individuals on the front line, I personally sponsored them into my business. Now, of course, I want them to grow. This is a volume-based business. I love the fact that it's volume simply because of this, guys. As people come into your business, volume equals dollars. Dollars equals positions. Does that make sense? This is all about customers, though. You want to be a product of a product. Become a customer on your product. Teach people how to become a customer on their product. Does that make sense? But let's say, for an example, I have my brother, he's making $10,000 a month. Okay, I always say I'm not stating any income claims, right? But let's use that as an example. He's making $10,000 a month. I personally sponsored him. They're going to pay me 20% of his $10,000 every month, but they're never going to touch his $10,000. Everybody got that? Mm-hmm. So imagine if I have 7 people and these 20% represent 7 people. What if everybody on my front line was making $10,000 a month? That's 70 grand a month. That's 20% times 70 grand. On top of my residual. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But the powerful thing about that, if these individuals on my front line, that means the second row behind these individuals, I'm making 10% off. They're making 20% off. So you're breaking the leadership. You're pretty much saying to everybody in your downline, please hurry up and let's actually help each other succeed. I won't get cut out the comp plan. I can only make more income because I help you make income. Does that make sense? So it's a beautiful thing when I can take Jomo Wilson and say, listen, I'm going to take Jomo Wilson and I'm just going to gift him or I'm just sponsor him under my brother. Right? It's not one of those things where he belongs to me. Right? I got to help my brother grow. I got to help Jomo grow. Does that make sense? And what you guys must understand, there's hundreds of thousands of people transitioning right now. And everything's about positioning. It's about getting involved, learning, and teaching, and then teaching how to teach. Does that make sense? So this goes all the way down to 3 generations. We're presidential directors, so we can make about 50%, 4 levels down. Everybody got that? The next one is volume match. What dictates your residual is your volume. So if you think about, I don't know, a brick and mortar store. Let's talk about, I guess we shouldn't talk about McDonald's. Some of y'all just came from there, but we shouldn't talk about it. But because we are, and we know about McDonald's, we'll talk about it tonight. Is that okay? Right? Don't go there, right? But let's just say, for an example, you have a McDonald's. Every day McDonald's is bringing in a certain amount of income, right? That's called volume. This McDonald's down the street, that's bringing in a certain amount of income. That's called volume. You guys follow me, okay? That McDonald's may bring in what? $50,000 a day, $100,000 a day. That's what happens in our organizations. As we bring people into the organization, as we sign them up as business partners, right? That $4.99, that $1.99, that $9.99, that's partial part of your volume. But we get people on customers, which is also part of your residual volume. Does that make sense? And that volume grows throughout the month. So again, let's use 7 people for an example. I have 7 people in my front row. 7 people that I personally sponsored. These individuals know people who know people who know people. And they're going to sign in at the $1.99, the $4.99, or the $9.99. They're going to get on the ID Nutrition. They're going to get on the sleep. They're going to get on the protein. They're going to get on the skin line. Everybody got that? Okay? That's going to come every 30 days because that creates the residual income. But if 7 people are on my front row and we all have $100,000 in volume, that's 2% of $100,000 times 7 people. Does that make sense? 3% on the second row, 4% on that third row, 5% or 4% on that fourth row. Did you see how that worked? That's just the volume, guys. Listen, that's volume, and we still spoke about the residual match. And then we also spoke about the residual. We also spoke about the upfront income when you sign someone in personally that pays you upfront income, upfront money right away and pays out within the first 7 days. Does that make sense? Okay? So as you guys can see, that can really be very significant. Our next meeting, we're going to get clear. Right? Y'all got that, right? Because I want you to get it because comp plans can be very confusing. But this comp plan is very simple. This is a very simple comp plan. Right? When you bring people into the organization, you get paid. When they bring people into the organization, they get paid and you get paid. When they bring people into the organization, everybody get paid. Does that make sense? This is about building residual on a sticky product. Because that ID Nutrition is customized. You can't get it off of a shelf. It's designed strictly for you. Everybody got that? Mm-hmm. This is rank advancement bonuses. So as you hit ranks are dictated by what? Volume. Your position is dictated by volume. I couldn't personally go out and hit presidential director because I brought in $100,000 in volume. That took me and a team. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Listen, guys, this is better than franchising. There's no overhead. My overhead to run this business is $24.95. We hit this in 30 days. My wife and I. Which simply means in order for us to hit this, some people have to hit national director, vice presidential director, senior director. You cannot hit these positions unless your team is winning. Does that make sense? I love that about this deal. If your team wins, by default, you win. If your team loses, guess what? You lose. Teams win championships. So this is not a one-man show or a one-woman show. We have to help each other. And when you do that, as we hit presidential director, they have to pay the $5,000 out. They have to pay the $2,500 out, the $1,250, the $750, the $250, and the $100. And what's cool about this, ladies and gentlemen, we started this deal early October. We closed out presidential director, which is $100,000 in team qualified buying, what you call TQV. Team qualified buying, that's the team effort. Everybody got that, right? We closed presidential director out October the 31st, October the 29th, somewhere like that. What they do is whatever position you in your month at, they actually retroactive you back from the first to the end of the month and they pay you at that position. So you can start the business at managing director. You can start at associate because that's where you would start. But let's just say you was at the managing director today, and volume came into your book of business, and at the end of the month you hit national director. You're gonna get paid as a national director for the entire month, although you started today. That's considered 1 month. You have to hit that position in 2 months. You got to hold that position for 2 months to get paid out these bonuses. Does that make sense? Awesome. Now again, you can click it down. Right? You're waiting for me, right? You gotta be coachable, right? So here's the thing I love about this too, guys. Now, for you guys to sit back and say, well, Marty, you know, I like what I hear. It's not for me because I'm not really this guy who's gonna build this thing. I don't know no people. Listen, if you don't know no people, you gotta go talk to yourself. You know how many people I know that say, I don't know nobody? I mean, really? You don't know nobody? I mean, you really got to have a conversation with yourself if you don't know nobody. But if you don't know nobody, you can get on the ID Nutrition, okay? And you can share testimonies. And you can share products, right? And you can see what it does for you. And one thing about things, when it happens for you and things work for you, you don't mind sharing it because you're passionate about it. So what happens here, guys, is this. If you get over $1,000 in customers, that's volume. You personally. It's not your team. This is what you do. If you get over $1,000 in volume, so for an example, I sign up my niece just as a customer. Let's just say her ID Nutrition costs $100 a month. Okay? Let's say I did that 25 times with 25 different people. And here's also the cool thing about this, guys. One person can be multiple customers. She could be on ID Nutrition. She could be on sleep. She could be on the protein shake. She can get the kids bar, the herbs bar. She can get the kids line, right? She can be, one person can be 6 customers. But let's just say, for an example, she turns around, her ID Nutrition costs her $100 a month. Let's say 25 people, for an example. $100 a month. How much is that a month? Collectively. $2,500 a month. That's $2,500 a month coming in your book of business, but you signed up no one. The company's going to pay you 20% because the customer, which is on scheduled delivery, gets a 10% discount. Okay? So you're going to get paid 20% of $2,500 every 30 days, which is $500 every 30 days. Who can use $500 every 30 days? But then the company says this, because you hit that $1,000 threshold, we're going to pay you an extra 10% on that $2,500. So now your residual income with no organization at all is $750 every 30 days. Everybody got this? Mm-hmm. Here's what I learned about network marketing. Because when I first got into network marketing, when people said I had $400, I thought they were playing. I really thought people were playing until I realized that most people lost their home because they didn't have an extra $300 in their income. Just an extra $300 in their own entire household. People went to foreclosure because of it. $750 every 30 days. So I'm taking the excuses away of I can't build a team. Because honestly, guys, you're going to meet a gentleman in a little while, that it's not about you. It's about you being in a position. You never know who knows that person that's going to blow up your team. That's how this happens. And the gentleman you guys are going to meet, I think as of right now, he probably got about, I don't know what he has in his organization, almost $250,000, $300,000 in volume. Simply because he met somebody in the grocery store and she was reading the label. Talking about how God works, right? He could easily say, I ain't messing with that woman, right? So this is powerful here, guys. Global food. My brother always hit the button so quick. We're supposed to wait for him. We're going to get this thing together. We knew. If we listen, here's the powerful thing. If we this good already and we knew, I mean, what's going to happen when we really get it? My God, right? So here's the powerful thing about the global pool. I'm seeing this happen now because we're in our second month. The funny thing is this, guys. I was in a prior network marketing company where we had a pool. Okay? I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm on Periscope. And we would get this check once a year. And it was awesome. It was an awesome bonus check. And the thing I loved about that was it was rewarding us for our efforts. The thing I hated about that is that my team was why I was at the top. Now, I was at the top and I was holding up a check and I was happy about the check, but I would look at my team's face and they were happy as well, but I couldn't split the money with them because what? It was mine.
Right.
Does that make sense? Right? That was my mentality. Right? It was mine. But I got there because of the team. And in reality, we all should have split that check. But the comp plan wasn't set up that way. In this deal, once you hit national director, guys, understand this. That's only 25,000 volume. When I first got involved, I remember I asked my brother, I said, 25,000 volume, man, that's a lot of money. Where am I gonna get this from? Because I really didn't understand volume 30 days ago. He said, man, you're gonna get that just like that. That happened in 3 days. Now, I didn't know what I was doing. The number just kept climbing, and I got excited. And when you get excited, you talk to everybody. Mm-hmm. And you may not know what you do, or you may not know what to say, and I didn't know what to say, but I just pushed this thing called play. And I let Mr. Logan Stout, the CEO, just speak. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? I'll never forget, I kept stopping the video and talking. My brother said, let the video pass, but I'm learning, and I'm teaching, I'm learning, I'm teaching. The beautiful thing about this, guys, y'all don't even know what I'm saying. I can be messing up right now. You still don't know. You trying to pick it up too. Right? That's the powerful thing about this. But I'm not messing up. So here's what happens. All the volume in the entire company. Think about this. Every product that's actually bought in the entire company. That's called volume. That volume can be 5 million, 6 million, 2 million, 3 million, 20 million, whatever it is. All the product that's being purchased in the entire company creates volume. That volume goes into this pool. As long as you're a national director and above, you split that every single month. That just goes extra on your check, on top of your residuals, on top of your residual match, on top of your volume match, on top of your upfront money, on top of your personal volume money, on top of your car allowances. Your car allowances start at executive director from $300 to $2,000 every single month. You don't have to get a car. You can pay off your car. Our car allowance right now, as we speak, is $750 a month. I've been in this deal for 43 days. I don't plan on buying no more cars. Well, I do, but not with this one. Right? It's a powerful place, guys, where we are. We just got to seize the moment. I always tell people, when you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. You got to go out here and you got to get on the edge of life, and you got to risk. You got one life. Who cares if you mess up? Mm-hmm. The beautiful thing about failure, it teaches you what not to do. Mm-hmm. But what's happening is that we want to stay safely broke. Understand what I mean by that? You want to be safe. You want to know that your bill's going to come on the 1st. You got to the 15th. After the 15th is a late payment. I got to get it done by the 14th. Listen, we ain't got to live that life. We can do something completely different. It's unorthodox. People think that I'm crazy. Man, he crazy. I think y'all crazy for getting up 6 in the morning to get ready for a job at 9. You done work for 3 hours and you ain't even dressed yet. That's crazy. I work 9 to 5. No, you got up at 6, boo. You work from 6 to 5. My mindset is just different than yours. I don't believe in a 401k plan. It's an IRS code. Does this make sense? I don't believe in saving money. I believe in making the money make money. I believe in investing the money and getting a return on my money. I want a fireplace when I die, and I want the painting of my face because I did something. That's called legacy building. I don't want to leave here and leave a whole bunch of bills. So in order for that to work, in order for that to happen, guys, we got to get involved. You cannot sit back and come to me and say, this is not for me. And by the way, that picture you're going to show is not me. But you cannot get back and say, this is not for me. We weren't born, guys, to go work for somebody else. I'm telling you what I know. We're supposed to live in abundance. We're supposed to get up when we finish sleeping. We're supposed to be able to sleep Monday through Friday. I mean, so many people tell me, I can't wait till the weekend. Guys, every day's the weekend. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's messy outside. It's raining outside. Who told you it's messy outside? Do you know when you get your money right